Alrighty, hello. Um, it's been a while. If you've been following along for some time, welcome back. And if you are new to this channel, welcome to you as well. I'm very grateful and very honored and excited to be here. Um, so yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get right into our practice today. Today we're gonna have about a 45 to 60 minute intuitive cleansing flow. So this is a great practice to just really reset within the body, just to serve as a reset, a cleansing for you throughout your day. Um, so yeah, more than welcome to use props as needed. All you're gonna need is your mat, and yeah, we'll go ahead and meet in a comfortable seated position, just gifting ourselves a moment to settle into our mat and onto our practice before we get moving. So just finding any comfortable seated position that best serves you in this moment. Just starting to settle the mind, starting to settle the breath, and noticing if the mind is active, not pushing away thoughts, not doing anything to be other than what we are in this present moment. So just allowing ourselves to be with what is. And so as you settle into your seated position, taking a moment to feel the sits bones rooted into the earth, feel length within the spine, feel the shoulders probably perhaps rolling back once or twice here, slightly tucking the chin in towards the chest, softening the jaw, softening the eyes, and softening the eyebrows and the muscles of the forehead. So before we get moving, we'll start off with a few cleansing breaths here, just really serving as an intentional way to release anything that we've done thus far today, as an intentional way to release anything that's yet to come, and as an intentional way to anchor into this present moment. So with your next inhale, fill up the lungs all the way. Open mouth, audible exhale, release. Twice more. Inhale, fill up. Open mouth, exhale, release. One more, fill up all the way. Deepest breath you can. Hold the breath at the top. Grow a little taller. Relax the abdomen. Releasing all tension. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Now sealing the lips, allow the breath to flow naturally in and out of the nose here. And always remember that this is your practice, always feeling free to modify as needed. And as you observe the breath naturally flowing in and out of the nose, allow the breath to be your anchor point for this practice. Always coming back to the breath, allowing it to serve as our anchor point. So from here, we're going to transition into our tabletop pose. So finding your way into your tabletop, making sure that the wrists are under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Taking a moment to feel the fingers spread wide, each finger grounding down into the earth. Feel the hips stacking over the knees. Toes can be tucked under or untucked, creating some length within the spine. Gently pushing the hands into the earth so you get a little bit of a rounding within the upper back. And then moving into some cat-cows with an inhale, we're going to bring the belly down, gaze up. Exhale, rounding into cat. Inhale, belly down, gaze up. Exhale, rounding into cat. Inhaling, belly down, gaze up. Exhale, round. Few more just like that. Inhaling, belly down, gaze up. Exhaling, round. Last two here. And we'll do a last one as we inhale, bring the belly down, gaze up, open through the front of the heart, open through the front of the throat. And then as you exhale, rounding through the back, actively pressing the hands into the earth, rounding through the upper back. Breathe into that space. And then releasing, coming back down into neutral. Beautiful. Slightly warming up into the wrists. We're going to bring the palms facing down, fingers towards yourself. And then we're just going to take a few rocks forward and back here. Always really important to warm up into the wrists. And then switching directions. We're going to make sure that the wrists are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Give yourself a moment to really feel grounded here through the palms, through the knees. Knees are hips distance apart. Toes can stay tucked under. Now moving through some cat-cows as we inhale, belly down, gaze up. Exhale, rounding through the back. Inhaling, belly down, gaze up. Exhaling, round. Inhaling, belly down, gaze up. Exhale, round, press the hands into the earth. Last two, inhale, belly down, gaze up. Exhale, rounding through the upper back. Last one, inhale, belly down, gaze up. Exhale, rounding through the back. Inhale, come back into neutral tabletop, and exhale here. So starting to increase the rhythm ever so slightly, always taking it at your own pace. With an inhale, we're going to extend the right leg back, point through the toes. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend, right leg back. Exhale, knee to nose, ground. Inhaling, extend, right leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Adding the left arm, inhale, right leg, left arm. Exhale, knee to elbow connects. Inhale, extend once more, grow long. Exhale, connect, knee to elbow. Again, inhaling, extend, reach long. Exhale, connect, squeeze and hold. And then release that down. You can gently sway the hips from side to side, adding a little bit of movement. We're going to get into that second side. So on your own time, inhale, extend, left leg back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend, reach back. Exhale, knee to nose. Once more, inhale, extend, reach back. Exhale, knee to nose. Adding the right arm, inhale, extend, left leg, right arm. Exhale, knee to nose. Again, inhaling, extend. Exhale, knee to elbow. Last time, inhale, extend, create length here. Exhale, knee to elbow. Squeeze and hold. Beautiful, and then releasing that down. Coming into a puppy dog for just a moment. Keep the hips stacked over the knees. Walking the hands forward and in front. Allow the upper half of the body, the chest, to melt down towards the earth. Keeping your awareness in your body, on your breath. You can always keep the forehead down on the earth, or if you have a little bit more opening, more mobility through the back body, you can start bringing the chin towards the earth. Just gentle awakening into the back of the heart space. And then as you're ready to do so, rolling back up one vertebrae at a time, returning to your tabletop pose. And from here, we're going to tuck the toes under, and we're going to lift the knees to hover about 6 inches off of the earth. So right away, feel your core starting to engage here, starting to activate. Making sure that the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders, the fingers are spread wide. You're supporting yourself firmly here. Breathe into the abdomen. Feel the core start to engage. See if you can maintain some length in the back. Feel the quads starting to fire here. Feel heat starting to circulate throughout the body. And most importantly, keep the breath steady here. Keep the mind calm. Allow the breath, to stay deep and undisturbed. Gently allowing the heating sensations to flow and circulate throughout the body, feeling ourselves waking up here. Only one more breath here. Beautiful. And then from here, we're going to straighten the legs. We're going to send the hips back and up, finding our way into our downward facing dog. In our first downward dog of the practice, just taking a moment to pedal out the feet, wiggle the body, just taking inventory of what is present with you in the here and now. And then as you start to settle into your downward facing dog, just really focusing on creating some length through the upper back, long line of energy from the crown to the sits bones. And then as you're ready to do so, with an inhale, we're going to roll forward one vertebra at a time, coming into our plank pose. And then as we exhale, lift up through the sits bones, hips back, down dog. Inhale, roll your way forward, one vertebrae at a time, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, use your core to lift and roll your way back, down dog. Few more. Inhale, roll forward, feel the undulation of the spine, plank pose. Exhale, hips lift as you round your way back, downward dog. Last time here, inhale, roll yourself forward, slow motion, feeling the sensations of each vertebra, and then exhale, engage the core, hips come back into your downward facing dog. Take another moment here in down dog. Again, feel the fingers of the hands spreading wide, grounding you down. With an inhale, we're going to gaze forward, and then as we exhale, we're going to start
tiptoeing our way up towards the front of the mat, coming into a forward fold. So feet can be hips distance apart, allowing the upper half of the body to melt over the thighs. You can swaying side to side, front and back, shaking out any tension in the upper half of the body. And then releasing the hands down towards the earth with an inhale, coming up halfway, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, rolling up one vertebrae at a time.
Hands reach up, gaze comes up. Exhaling, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Surya Namaskar A with an inhale, hands reach up, gaze up. Exhale, hinge at the waist, forward fold.
Inhaling, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step your way back into your plank pose. Now in this first plank pose, you can either stay on your hands. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, you can come onto the fingertips, strengthening through the fingers. Wherever you are, feel the abdomen pressing back against the spine. Core is engaged. Body is working here. And then wherever you are, with an inhale, rolling forward, shoulders over wrist. And then as we exhale, we're going to make our way down onto our belly as slowly as we can. Super slow motion, especially the last few inches.
Nice.
Untucking the toes once you're down under. Keep the hands under the shoulders. With an inhale, lengthen through the spine. No hands. Exhale, release down. Again, inhale, lift your way up. Baby cobra, squeeze the back of the shoulders together. Exhale, you're down dog. Take a full breath here. Now with your next inhale, gazing forward. As you exhale, step, hop, float your way up towards the front, forward fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, melt and fold. Inhale, roll your way up, hands reach up, gaze comes up.
Exhale, hands to prayer, back in front of the heart. Again, inhaling, hands reach up. Exhale, hinge and fold down towards the earth.
Inhale, halfway lift, reach the crown of the head long. Exhale, step or make your way back into your plank pose. Inhaling, rolling forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, knees and chest, chin down towards the earth or chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, hips lift back and up, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Now with an inhale, lift the right leg up, three-legged dog, and start to draw some hip circles here. Make sure you're supported with the hands and the left foot. And switching direction of your circles. Just really making this movement as fluid as possible, lubricating through the hip joint. Then with an inhale, re-extending back through that right leg. Then as you exhale, stack the right hip on top of the left and start to take some ankle circles here. Just really tending to the joints and switching directions. As you're ready to do so, step that right foot all the way back. We're going to meet in our wild thing. Actively press into that left hand. Spread the fingers wide. Use the feet to support, legs to support. Lift up through the front body. And then with an inhale, meeting back in our three-legged dog. And as we exhale, release the right toes down towards the earth. We'll switch sides. Inhaling left leg up, three-legged dog. And start to take some hip circles here. Again, just notice your foundation. Make sure that the hands are equally supporting you. Right foot is also anchored in. And then switch direction of your circles here. Just warming up through the hip joint. And then re-extending that left leg, stacking the left hip on top of the right as you stretch through the left side body, drawing some ankle circles here. And then switching directions. On your own time, stepping that left foot all the way back. Lift up through the chest, through the front body. Right hand is supporting you here. And then with an inhale, meeting back in three-legged dog. Exhale, release the toes down towards the earth. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step, hop, float your way up towards the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt and fold. Inhale, roll up, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer, back in front of the heart. One more, inhaling, hands reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer, fold. Inhaling, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step your way back into plank pose. Inhale, rolling forward, shoulders over wrists. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Exhale, hips back, downward dog. Modifying here with an inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. And then as we exhale, we're going to draw the right knee towards the right elbow. And then up towards the armpit. And then down towards the elbow. And then up towards the armpit. Last time, down towards the elbow. And then up towards the armpit. Inhale, extend the right leg up, point through the toes. And then as we exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. Gently step that right foot through. Lower the left knee. And rise up onto your low crescent lunge here. Hands can melt onto the side of the body, or they can come on top of the right thigh. Feel the right heel pressing down into the earth, spreading the toes of that right foot. Also feeling the support through the left knee, left toes. Right hip draws back as the left hip draws forward. Lengthening consciously through the spine. Shoulders rolling back and down. And then from here we'll elevate the arms up. Just creating some length through the fingertips. Take another inhale here. Then as we exhale, we're going to let the hips come back towards that left heel, coming into a Ardha Hanuman here, half splits. Just a little gentle awakening into the hamstrings. You can always wiggle that foot from side to side if you like, just exploring movement in this posture. And then with an inhale, roll yourself forward, hands reach up. Exhale, release the hands down, step the left foot back as you flow through your vinyasa here. We'll meet back in our downward facing dog. Switching sides with an inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. And then as we exhale, left knee to left elbow. And then slide it up towards the armpit. And then slide it down towards the wrist. And then up towards the armpit. And then slide it back down one more time. And then slide it all the way up. Inhale, re-extend that left leg back. And then as you exhale, bring the left foot forward, slow and controlled, lowering through the right knee, rising up onto your low crescent lunge here. In your low crescent lunge, feel the left hip draw back as the right hip draws forward. Actively pressing the left heel down into the earth, spreading the toes wide, engaging through the quad, squaring through the hips. Right toes are tucked under, lengthening through the sacrum, through the spine. And then rising up through the arms, reaching energetically the fingertips up, 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 up. Lifting the chest, opening the front side body. Taking one more inhale. And then as we exhale, hips come back towards that right heel, finding your way into your Ardha Hanuman. Spreading the toes or wiggling the foot from side to side. And then with an inhale, roll yourself forward. Hands come up. And as you exhale, release the hands down. Step that left foot back as you flow through your Vinyasa here. Exhaling Chaturanga. Inhaling up Dog Cobra. Exhaling hips back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Taking a full breath here. And then with an inhale, gazing forward. As we exhale, step, hop, float to the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, melt and fold. Inhale, roll up, rise up, reach up. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Surya Namaskar B with an inhale, meeting in our Utkatasana chair pose. This is our first chair of the day, so we'll spend a little bit of time here just making sure that the weight is back towards the heels. You can see your toes out in front of the knees. Lower back is long. Slightly lifting through the front body, through the chest, shoulders rolling back and down. Take another inhale here as you sit a little deeper. And take another exhale here as well. One more inhale, sit a little deeper. And then exhale, hands to prayer, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, hop, float, or Bakasana your way through your Vinyasa. If Bakasana is in your practice, you can take a few breaths here. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. You can either shoot or step the feet back. Meeting in our downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. And then as we exhale, we're going to stack that right hip on top of the left again. As you step the right foot back, elevate through the hips, reach the right fingertips forward. And then with an inhale, coming back into three-legged dog. And then exhale, right knee towards right elbow. And then slide it down. And then slide it up. And then slide it down. And then slide it up. And then inhale, re-extend, right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee towards nose as you step the right foot through. Left heel spins down at a 45 as we rise up into our warrior one. So just notice maybe you're sweating by now, maybe you're building a little bit of heat. Just being aware of your internal experience. Just spending a few breaths here in our warrior one. Really feeling the heat building, the heat activation. Taking one more inhale. And then as we exhale, hands come down. Flow your way through your vinyasa here. Meeting back in downward facing dog. Switching sides. Inhale, left leg up, 3-legged dog. And then as we exhale, left knee to left elbow. And then slide it down towards the wrist. And up towards the armpit. Down towards the wrist. Towards the armpit. Down towards the wrist. And up towards the armpit. And last one, down towards the wrist. And up towards the armpit. Inhaling, extending, 3-legged dog. Exhaling, stepping the left foot through. Right heel spins down at a 45. Press down. Rise up. Coming into your warrior one stance. Breathing into both legs, engaging Mula Bandha if you're aware of Mula Bandha. Lengthen through the spine. Steady the gaze of the eyes. Steady the breath. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, release the hands down. Step that left foot back as you flow through your Vinyasa. Meeting back in our downward facing dog for a few breaths, or taking a little intermission in our child's pose. So as we take another breath or two here in our down dog or child's pose, just taking a moment to reflect upon the idea or the concept that our consciousness is what animates these human vessels, these human bodies. So, the asana practice is a really, yoga translates to union. So this is a really beautiful practice to integrate all parts of our being into a unified, holistic piece. And what really matters as well is not only our willingness to show up, but also our attitude and our intention and our attention, and just really being present with each posture. There's not necessarily a rush to get anywhere other than the here and now. So just really allowing ourselves to take the practice one posture, one breath at a time. And then from there, we can start to paint a picture together. We can start to build something breath by breath. But anywho, we will return back to our downward facing dog. If you are not in your downward facing dog yet, from your downward dog with an inhale, gaze forward. As you exhale, step, hop, float up towards the front, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale, hands to prayer in front of the heart. Inhale, meeting back, Utkatasana, chair. Exhale, hands to prayer, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, step, hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, hop, float your way back through your Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhaling, upward facing dog cobra. Exhaling, hips back, downward facing dog. With an inhale, extending the right leg up, three-legged dog. As you exhale, stack the right hip on top of the left, coming back into your wild thing. You can always hover the right toes for a little bit more of a challenge. Inhale, meeting back, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. And this time, let's take it to the left elbow. And then down toward the left wrist, across to the right wrist, and then back up and to the left and down, moving in this box-like manner for 3, for 2, for 1. With an inhale, re-extend back, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step the right foot through. Left heel spins back down to 45. As you inhale, rise up, warrior 1 stance. This time from your warrior 1, we're going to interlace the fingers behind the back. And as we inhale, open through the front of the heart. And then as we exhale, slow motion hinge onto the inside of the right knee. Humble warrior. Keep strength in the legs. Awareness of the body. With an inhale, rise up, warrior 1. And then come onto the left toes, meeting in a crescent lunge. With an inhale, draw the right hip back, left hip forward. As you exhale, cactus the arms, slight little back bend here through the upper half of the body. Inhale, hands reach up. Exhale, open the arms out wide to a T as you revolve towards the right side. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gaze back towards the right hand. Inhale, bring that left elbow up towards the head. And then as you exhale, bring it across to the outside of the right foot. You can hook it if you need to. You can lower the left knee if you need to. Wherever you are, we'll meet in a twisted crescent lunge with the hands to prayer in front of the heart. Our supine twists or our spinal twists are very detoxifying for the system, so just be present with that, be aware of that. And then on your own time, releasing the hands down towards the earth as we step that right foot back, hover, and then flow through your vinyasa, exhaling chaturanga, inhaling up dog cobra, exhaling hips back, downward facing dog. Switching sides, inhale left leg up, then as you exhale, left foot steps either all the way back or it comes to hover on that left side. And then with an inhale, meeting back, three-legged dog. Exhaling, left knee, left elbow. Then down towards the left wrist. Across to the right wrist. Up towards the right elbow. Then left elbow. Then down to the left wrist. And we'll move in this box-like manner for 3. For 2. For 1. Inhale, reach back, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the left foot through. Right heel spins down at a 45. Press down to lift up. Warrior 1 stance here. Active through both legs. Then with an inhale, take the opposite, interlace behind the back. Open through the front of the heart. Exhale, slow motion hinge onto the inside of the left knee. Legs are strong. Melt the upper half. Melt the crown down towards the earth. And then pressing down to lift up. We're going to rise up into a crescent lunge this time. Spin onto the right toes. Exhale, cactus the arms, slight little back bend. Inhale, right arm, right elbow comes up towards the ear. Exhale, reach it across to the outside of the left knee. Coming into your twisted crescent lunge, you can always hook the elbow as needed. You can always lower the right knee. Pressing the hands together in prayer in front of the heart. Legs are still scissoring together here. And then on your own time, releasing the hands to the inside of the left foot as you reach that left foot back, three-legged plank. Then exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog cobra. Exhale, hips back, downward facing dog. We're going to keep rolling with it here, another standing sequence. So as we inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee towards right armpit. And then slide it all the way down towards the wrist. And then all the way up towards the armpit. And then all the way down towards the wrist. And then all the way up towards the armpit. Inhale, reach back, three-legged dog. Then as we exhale, step the left foot through. We're going to rise on up into a high crescent lunge. So from our high crescent lunge, take an inhale, lengthen the spine. Then as we exhale, open the arms out to a T as you revolve again towards the right. We missed it on that second side, but we'll do it again this time around. Right hand back of left thigh as you reverse your crescent lunge here. Releasing the hands, come up. Exhale again. We bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee, arriving in our twisted crescent lunge, wringing the spines out of toxins. This time the hands can stay in prayer in front of the heart, or you can open up your wings. Optional as well, you can come for the bind or the half bind. Just spending another few more breaths in this really juicy, twisted posture. And then releasing whatever you have. With an inhale, rise up. High crescent lunge. And then as you exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back, squeezing the back of the shoulders together, drawing the front of the heart up. And then take that as you hinge your way forward, coming up into a warrior 3 stance. You can keep the clasping of the hands, or you can bring the hands flush by your side. Slowly releasing that left foot back. Inhale, rising up, high crescent lunge. And then as we exhale, open up into your warrior 2 towards the left side. Last little bit of the standing sequence here. Adjusting your warrior 2 as needed. Externally rotating through the right knee. Sealing down through both feet. Gazing out in front of the middle fingers. Maybe sitting a tad bit deeper. With an inhale, front palm faces up. Then as you exhale, reverse your warrior here. Keep the bend in the front knee. Stretch, breathe into the right side body. With an inhale, rise back up, warrior 2 stance. And then as you exhale, come forward into your extended side angle. Now you can stay in your extended side angle for a few breaths, or there also is a half bind, reaching the left arm back. There also is a full bind, reaching the right arm through. There also is birds of paradise if you want to take that variation. I won't be demonstrating it now, but if it's in your practice, you're more than welcome to take it. And as you're ready to do so, starting to ease your way out, inhaling, rising up, warrior two, straighten the front leg. And then as you exhale, walk that back foot forward about a foot or so. With an inhale, front palm faces up. As you exhale, reverse your triangle. Inhale, lean your way forward. And as you exhale, tick-tock the arms, squeezing the back of the shoulder blades together, opening the front body, strong through the legs. From here, half moon variation, bringing a bend into that front leg, taking a block if you need to for support, transitioning into our Ardha Chandrasana half moon pose. And as a variation, you can bend the left leg, grabbing the top of the ankle, kicking the foot into the hand, opening through the front body. And then releasing that, if you have a hold of it, squaring the hips down towards the earth, hands supporting. We're just going to revolve the upper half of the body towards the right. Lower half of the body stays as it is. Then releasing the hands back down, finding a little variation of your standing splits. As we then step our way back and we float through our vinyasa, or skip the vinyasa and meet us back in downward facing dog. Last little bit of effort here, second side. With an inhale, left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. And then up towards the armpit. And then slide down. And then slide up. And slide down. And slide up. Last one, slide down. Slide up. Inhale, three-legged dog. Extend that left foot back. Exhale, left foot steps through. Right heel actually stays up. And then as we inhale, words coming up into your high crescent lunge. From our high crescent lunge, we didn't get to it on the first time, but we're gonna revolve over towards our left side. Keep the legs scissoring together. Reach back through the left fingertips, gaze back at that left hand. And then reversing that, if you'd like, left hand back of right thigh, reversing through the right side. And then we're going to come back and hook that right elbow onto the outside of the left knee. Twisted crescent lunge here. Hands can stay in prayer, or you can open up your wings, or you can go for the half bind or the full bind. Just taking a few breaths here. Breathing into this twist, whatever your variation looks like. And then releasing what you got. With an inhale, we're going to rise back up. High crescent lunge. And then interlacing the fingers behind the back. Open through the front of the heart. Squeeze the back of the shoulders together. And then hinge your way forward as we come into our warrior three stance. Lift up through the right toes. Stay lifted through the heart. And then slow motion, keeping the interlace or releasing the wings. Step that right foot back as you inhale, high crescent lunge. And then exhale, open up warrior two towards the right. I'll switch sides here. And as you settle into your warrior two, just noticing the alignment of the legs of the feet. Equal distribution between both sides. Then with an inhale, front palm faces up. And as we exhale, reverse your warrior. Keep the bend in the front leg here. Stretch into the left side body. Inhaling, meeting back into your warrior two. And then as you exhale, come forward. Extended side angle pose. Right arm can reach forward, creating some length in the right side body. Or if you did on the other side, you can go for the half bind. Right hand reaches back, full bind, left arm reaches through. And if Birds of Paradise is in your practice, taking that as well. Releasing whatever you have, finding your way back as we inhale warrior two. And straighten through that front leg. Walk that back foot forward about a foot or so. Inhale, front palm faces up. And then as you exhale, reverse your triangle pose here. Your Trikonasana, getting a little stretch into the left side body. Inhale, come forward again, hinging through the hips. As you exhale, finding your triangle pose. Keeping the heart open. Keeping the back of the shoulder blades squeezing together. And then bringing a bend into that front leg. We're going to find our way into our Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose on this side. Ooh. Stay grounded through that left leg. If you took the variation on the other side, you can bend the right leg, reaching for the top of the foot with the right hand. Kicking the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot. And then releasing whatever you have, squaring the hips down towards the earth, revolving over towards the left side. Lower half of the body stays as it is. Left upper half revolves towards the left. And then releasing the hands back down, finding a standing splits. As you're ready to do so, flowing through your vinyasa. So meeting back in your downward facing dog, optional here. You can stay in your down dog or child's pose, or if forearm stand, Pincha Mayurasana is in your practice, now is the time to take a few rounds here. So we'll take about 5 breaths in the posture of our choice. And then if you're in your Pincha Mayurasana or any other inversion, slow and steady, releasing back down. And then we're going to come into a dolphin pose. So dolphin pose is just like our downward facing dog, but the forearms are lowered down. And then option here, you can either stay in your dolphin pose, or if headstand is in your practice, taking a few rounds of your Shirshasana here. So if you're in your dolphin pose, feeling the back of the heart starting to open, walking the feet in as close as you can till you can't walk in any further, pressing the forearms down into the earth. And if you're in your Shirshasana, just steadying the breath, steadying the mind. Then on your own time, if you're in Shirshasana, slow and controlled, lowering down, and then we'll all find our way into a child's pose. Allow the thighs to come together, hands down by the heels, forehead melting down into the earth. And then rolling up one vertebrae at a time, we're going to find a seated position. So I'll just go back to facing the front. So in our seated position, we're going to start off with our rabbit pose. So feet are hips distance apart. We're going to hug we're going to bring our arms under the thighs, and we're going to hug our elbows or our triceps. And then as we hug ourselves in, we're going to start leaning our weight back, breathing into the back. Take another breath or two here. And really breathing into the back of the heart space. And the space where we receive. And then releasing that on your own time, coming back to center. We're going to find our way into a forward fold, a seated forward fold. So extending the feet forward, removing the flesh from underneath your butt. Inhaling, reaching the arms up. Exhaling, hinging at the waist. Keeping the spine long here. Engaging through the quads. Flexing the toes towards the forehead. Keeping the chest open. And send about 2 or 3 more full breaths here. And then rolling up one vertebra at a time. Crossing the right leg over the left, shifting weight towards the left butt. Left heel comes towards the right butt. Inhale, left arm comes up. And then as you exhale, twisting over towards the right here. Then releasing whatever it is that you have. We're going to find our way into our cow's face pose or simple cross-legged variation. On your own time, just allowing yourself to hinge forward, breathing into the hips. And rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Uncrossing through the legs, we'll switch sides. So left leg crosses over the right. Right heel towards the left butt. Left hand supports as you inhale, right hand up. Exhale, hug the left knee into your chest here. And releasing that, finding our way back into our cow's face on the second side, or simple cross-legged position, and coming into the pose on your own time here.
Your own time, rolling up one vertebra at a time, and we'll start to find our way onto our backs. Before we do, though, you can always bounce the knees, windshield wiper the feet from side to side. As we then come onto our backs here. So just closing out our practice however you'd like. We'll do one round of back bends, and then we'll start winding down. So setting up for your bridge pose. Tips of the fingers grazing the heels. As you're ready with an inhale, lifting the hips up. You can keep the palms face down, or you can interlace the fingers behind the back for a little bit more height. Or you can always take your full Urdhva Dhanurasana, your wheel pose, if that is in your practice. And then on your own time, as you're ready to do so, releasing the interlace of the fingers and rolling down one vertebra at a time. And then windshield wiper the feet, the knees from side to side, releasing through the low back. The knees fall over towards the right. And the knees fall over towards the left. And closing out your practice however you'd like here. Shoulder stand, plow pose, happy baby, handstand, or just going straight into your shavasana. And as you're ready, give yourself a warm embrace. Hug the knees in towards the chest, taking a big inhale, filling up. Hold the breath, squeeze the body, tense every muscle, every cell. And then through the mouth, double exhale, release. And take your final resting pose, taking your shavasana here. Opening the feet out wide. Arms by your side. Gaze rests gently at the point between the eyebrows. Letting everything go. As we integrate our practice for a few moments here.
one time. Gently starting to bring awareness back into the physical body. Welcoming awareness into the fingertips, toe tips. And staying in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like here. If you're ready to do so, more than welcome to start inviting movement into the wrists, into the ankles. Extending the arms overhead and the feet out in front. Full body stretching here. And then coming onto either side here, using your bottom arm as a pillow. Before gently pressing yourself up one vertebrae at a time, head comes up last. Hands can come to prayer in front of the heart or anywhere that feels comfortable to you. And you're more than welcome, and you are encouraged to stay in a seated meditation for as long as you'd like afterwards, 5-10 minutes. As our yoga asana practice is a preliminary practice to our seated meditation. Either way, I am deeply grateful and honored for your presence and your willingness to practice here with me. Thank you for allowing me to guide and serve in this way. Feel free to leave some feedback in this video, and feel free to private message me if you have any particular requests, as I am here to serve and to tend to the needs that arise within your unique individual being, and hopefully there can be some overlay and some commonalities with what others need as well. The highest light in me sees and honors the highest light in each and every one of you. We close out our practice by saying Namaste.